Stuart Bell from Our here, and today I want to talk fees. I've done a lot of work through the years on profitability and fee models. One of my boasts is I can help a business create a end-to-end fee model in roughly 90 minutes, which is I'm quite proud of. But today I want to talk about increasing fees, transitioning. It's something that fills people with fear, and I'm going to share with you a really simple calculation that maybe just flip your view and make you realize that increasing your fees not only isn't as risky as you think it can be, but sometimes it is the best and most logical explanation and strategy for growing your business. Stay tuned. I'm going to talk you through the pricing increase outcome formula. Stay tuned. So at our last accelerator, I did a session called Profit Control. And the crux of this was all about helping businesses to understand the levers they have in increasing profitability, because it's all very well to focus on just what you charge, but some of the other things you really need to be aware of is your profit margin, your customer lifetime value model, your ability to retain people and upsell people, and essentially how to take control of this stuff. Because once you do, as well as managing your profit first instead of your as a byproduct of your expenses, it really changes not only the profitability of your business, obviously, but it changes the way you think. Often I see businesses make poor decisions in their business. They do it at times when they're under financial stress. But I wanted to share this one thing because hopefully if you run through these numbers, you'll realize that, price is not the risk it is. Imagine you're transitioning 100 clients. Let's put a number on it. Say that your average fee across those clients is $3,000 per client, right? So we've got $300,000 worth of fees. Let's say we've been through a pricing model and we've worked out that your profit margin on those clients is 30%. So in other words, if you're getting $3,000, the cost to deliver your services is $2,100. Now, let's say after we have a discussion about transition, I say you need to do an average 30% increase on each of those clients across the whole client base. In other words, we've got to take them from $3,000 to $3,900 on average. How are you feeling now? Are you feeling nervous about it? Are you feeling confident? Well, hopefully this will share a little bit about why I think you should be more confident about having this conversation. Because based on that 30% increase across those 100 clients, what do you think the total drop-off in client numbers would have to be before your revenue falls? In other words, how many clients out of that 100 would have to say no and walk away and not want to work with you anymore before your revenue fell? The truth is it's 23. In other words, you'd have to lose almost a quarter of your client base for your revenue to drop. Now, let me ask the second question. What do you think your total drop-off would have to be before your profitability fell? In other words, how many of those 100 clients would have to walk away before you saw a decrease in profit? And this is where it gets special. 50% of your client base would have to walk away before you saw a drop in your profitability. Now, I get it. There is an assumption here that your fixed costs or your costs overall drop in relation to that. And many of you will have fixed costs in your business, which you need to manage. But you know what? Without factoring that, if we just take it as a high level, you start to realize that increasing your fees over time is not just logical, it is without doubt the fastest way to scale a business. One of the most memorable things that was shared with me during my time in sort of working with in the tech startup space was the advice that's often given to startup businesses, which is when you're starting out, don't undercharge, because it's undercharging that will remove yourself the ability to invest in your business, marketing systems, processes, people. So what I want to ask you is, after I've told you this, after I've pointed out some of these calculations, how does that make you feel about pricing? And more importantly, if we went through and did an analysis throughout your entire client base of what it's costing you to deliver your services based on what you've got and what you're getting, I wonder what we'd find. Would we find a consistent profit margin? Or would we potentially find that, some people have been getting your services at a discount for some time? Either way, here's the thing. If you are struggling to understand what your profitability is, or alternatively, you're really worried about increasing your fees, but you know damn well you need to do it, then realize that this is often the smartest commercial decision you can make. And often, in many cases, the result or the pushback advisors get from their clients is often nothing like they imagine. Anyway, if you'd like to talk more about pricing, book a leverage session. I'll talk you through everything you need to know. I've been doing pricing for a long, long time. Alternatively, if you've got a question, drop me an email at help@adairy.com.au. Would love to help you out. Anyway, have a great week. I'll speak to you soon.